To officially start the meeting, I want to note that the meeting will be recorded. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules which we follow in our Toastmaster meetings. As Toastmasters, please refrain from talking about sex, religion, and politics. Everyone, please take a moment to silence your cell phones and other noise-making devices. Please put yourself on mute when not speaking. Do not interrupt while someone is speaking. Be attentive throughout the meeting and support the speakers with warm smiles and claps. Let's have a great meeting today. I now welcome our dynamic and ever-encouraging President, T.M. Condell Reddy, to preside over the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Susan, for your wonderful introduction and calling on the stage. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, good evening. Good evening. Yes, Bhavan's Toastmasters Club, meeting 243. Yes, online meeting today. A warm welcome to everyone. And Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization, which I will share those snaps. Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization which the core values are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And the headquarters is Englewood, Colorado. The organization members exceeds over 2 lakhs in more than 15,800 clubs, 149 countries. And since 1924, Toastmasters International has helped people to diversified backgrounds to confident speakers. Toastmasters empowers to you become a more effective communicator and leader too. This is for the guest information. Toastmasters empowers to you become a more effective communicator and leader. This is accomplishment of working through dynamic projects that provides to relevant transferable skills and self-paced program with support of experienced people with experienced group of people to assist you. And these skills are developed through club meetings, providing opportunity to develop and practice skills in a variety of situations, like prepared speeches, impromptu speeches, and evaluations. So thank you. With this, we will go to our meeting today. Before that, as a formal, so we are published our last meeting, minutes of meeting in our group. I request Toastmaster Jiju to second and witness for that meeting, minutes of meeting as posted in the group.
Yeah, I do second the minutes of meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. So with this, today just I want to introduce one of the guests here. Is my friend, is my senior, even you can say, and is working in engineering consultancy office, like SSH. Is basically mechanical engineer. Is from Kerala, I know. His name is Suraj Raj. Welcome to Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. Please introduce yourself to my members to know more about.
Thank you all. Thank you very much, Mr. Reddy. It has been quite a time that he has been telling me just why can't you just join our club? You'll get a lot of information and all. But fortunately, unfortunately, I was able to attend only 2 functions. One I was driving, and last time also I was not able to attend. But today I told him that surely I'll be attending it. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to thank everyone for doing this great job, which will help and motivate each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm
Surajraj. Thank you. Be with us and you enjoy the meeting. Today we have 5 A speakers are giving their projects and they're delivering their projects. Along with that, and 5 evaluators to be there. So just
all the
witness
best. All
and
the
just
best.
follow the meeting, then we will come back to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I will request our VP Education. Can you adapt our agenda today? Is it final or any changes are can you take the changes to motion?
Good evening, President. Thank you very much.
Toastmaster
Good evening,
Latif.
one and all. Good evening, one and all.
Good evening.
The only change in agenda as of now, which I see, is our first speaker, Toastmaster Justin John, will be evaluating by our President, Condell Reddy. So I need someone to please, a member to please second the agenda, this change.
Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar ji, can you take the second motion to second it?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I'm a paid member of Bhavan's Toastmaster Club and I second the motion.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, DTM Anil. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif, to adapting and changing of the meeting agenda. So we will move for now the proceedings. Who is going to lead our meeting today? She is our new member. It's not new member. She is an experienced Toastmasters now because she already experienced extravagant person who tries to narrate our thoughts into a purposeful stories and poems. She is a fresh graduate and who's completed her BS in audiology and speech language pathology. Her motto is, she wants to be a sunshine in someone's darkness and to make this society to inclusive one. So with this, I want to you all hands together to put and invite our Toastmaster of the day, Zara Ibrahim, on the stage. Please give your virtual reactions.
Thank you. Thank you very much for such a warm
Over
welcome.
to Toastmaster of the day, Zara Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, sir. It really means a lot. So, good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and wonderful guests. So, as we all know about the meeting, the theme we have for today is Art of Now. So, what I would say about it is there are a lot of things I can, put into words, and maybe other people, other fellow Toastmasters have also have different perspectives and opinions regarding it. So what my art of now is, sometimes all you need is to show empathy towards other people and trying the level best in every possible ways. Don't be too judgmental onto others. You never know what battles they are going through in their lives. Maybe they have find a way to hide those sorrows with their pleasant smile, like me. Just kidding. So other than that, gratitude, kindness, appreciating beauty of nature, having hope, as we all know that there's always hope, there's always light despite all the darkness around. So being positive is very important. And moreover, I can even relate to it with, the present, living in your present. So few days back, or I would say few years back, I read a quotation, and the moment I read the quotation, I learned it. So it was, if you're depressed, you are living in your past. If you're anxious, you are thinking about your future. And if you're in peace, you are living in your present. So this is all I have to say about today's theme. So we have wonderful, inshallah, we'll be having a wonderful meeting. We have 5 speakers for today. And moreover, we have a general evaluation session followed by wonderful feedback from the evaluators. So how about we start off with the meeting by, asking the role players who are the assets of the meeting, and without them, the meeting can't be, concluded. So we have a general evaluator. Moreover, I can ask something as well. Anyone have to say something about today's theme? Any in a line or in a form of word, what they think about today's theme? Anyone? I think I was speaking a lot, so.
Of course, as you said, you speak a lot, and that is what the sign of a TMOD is.
Yeah.
And definitely the theme is really meaningful, and that itself is an art. Making the art of now itself is an art. Kudos to you. We are going to listen so many different meanings, synonyms for the so-called art by people over here.
Thank you. Thank you very
Good.
much. All right. So we have a general evaluator with us, who is DTM Mahesh. So how about you explain your role, sir? Thank you.
Good morning once again to all the Toastmasters and the guest. I'll be pretending that I am a general evaluator today, and I'll be evaluating all the moves and even the corners of your mind and heart and soul, where it goes. And I'll be giving my report when I have been called for it. Back to you, Tiamat.
Thank you very much. So moving towards the timer, this role will be played by Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Toastmaster Latif.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim. My role as a timer will be to time the speeches and the evaluation session and all those role players who will come and deliver their reports during the evaluation session. I will be changing my screen as a speaker completes his time given, allotted time. I will change my screen to green. There will be a grace period of 1 more minute, which is 6 minutes. After 1 minute, it will be 6 minutes. It will be yellow, and speaker will have like 5 to 7. So 7 minutes will be the last time, and it will change to red. All the speakers will have 30 seconds grace period. Any speaker who speaks 30 seconds less, like less than 4 minutes 30 seconds or beyond 7 minutes 30 seconds, will be disqualified for voting. And I will be giving my report at every session once called upon. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much for explaining your role so nicely. And moreover, we have our AH counter, which will be played by none other than DTM Anil, sir.
Toastmaster of the Day, I will interrupt for 1 minute. So please call first grammarian, then after we will call for account.
Yes, so we have our grammarian with us. Grammarian is Toastmaster Shruti. Please, Muzna.
A very good evening to all the dear Toastmasters. Today my role will be as a grammarian. So as a grammarian, I would like to introduce the word for the day. The word for the day is meliorism. Meliorism is a belief that world can be made better by human effort. The noun form is meliorist and the adjective form is melioristic. For example, we can use this word in a sentence as Bhavan's Toastmasters Club is a melioristic group of people. I hope everyone will be able to use this word in their speeches. And as a pronunciation master, I'll be noting down the pronunciations as well as the good usages and bad usages during the speeches. All the best wishes to all the role players and the speakers and the evaluators. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you very much. Now we can move to our Heart Master, which is played with the role will be played by Toastmaster Susan Abraham.
Thank you, dear Zahra.
Good evening, all of you. Today, I'll be the Hark Master for today's meeting. As speaking is so important, listening skills are very important, and especially in this era, we should be good listeners. So I hope all of you will be good listeners, and I'll come back at the end of the meeting to ask you some tricky questions whether you can answer. Well, all the best to all of you, and over to the TMOD.
Thank you very much. And now we can move to vote counter. Toastmaster DTM Sunil Thomas.
He's not around. We can move on. We can move ahead.
All right, thank you. So now we have, as we know, we have prepared speech session, and we will be having 5 speakers. And so we can start off with the prepared speech session. So the first speaker for today's meeting is Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Jara, can you interrupt 1 minute? Yes, we have to call for a counter roll also.
I think I have called DTM Anil, isn't it?
Yeah,
No?
you called, but he's not spoke about his role responsibilities.
Okay, I'm
Just
very
1
sorry.
second.
My sister was distracting me actually.
Yeah, no issue. You can carry on.
Yes, we have our counter, DTM Anil Kumar. Sir, please tell us about your role.
Warm good evening to all the Toastmasters and the distinguished guests. A special good evening to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim. Today, I'm going to play the role of our counter. And as our counter, I will be carefully listening to those melodious words which some of the speakers must be using. Why I say it's melodious words? Because these words are unintentionally spoken, like repeated words, the filler words, which are usually not necessary, but are being used without any intention. So my role is to help the speakers to improve on their spoken language by highlighting which are the speakers who unintentionally use repeated words or those filler words. When called upon by the general evaluators, I shall be presenting my report. I would like to hand the stage back to the Toastmaster today, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim. Over to you.
Thank you very much, DTM Anil. So now we can move to the prepared speech session. So we have 5 speakers for today, and the first speaker of our meeting for today is Toastmaster Justice John. And about the introduction, so he's a mechanical engineer by profession, working as a lead mechanical engineer in KEO International Consultant. He's a Toastmaster since 2018, and moreover, he talked about art of now, that being grateful to everything and what you have, and accept things as they are. Engage with people who make you happy and comfortable, and think what you can do instead of what you will get. Enjoy every moment of your life. So this is what he has to say about the theme for today. So his evaluator is Toastmaster Condal Reddy. So over to him to explain the project details of Toastmaster Justice John.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today, I am evaluating Toastmaster Justin John's speech. His project is Connect with Your Audience. The project, Connect with Your Audience. The purpose of this speech is the member to practice the skills needed to connect with unfamiliar audience. To practice the skills needed to connect with unfamiliar audience. The speech title, HVAC. HVAC, Toastmaster Justin John. His speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Speech duration, 5 to 7 minutes. Over to TMOD.
All right, thank you very much. So this virtual stage is back to Toastmaster Justice John. Over to you.
Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
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 Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tim Modi. Have you ever come across such a situation? Maybe in your boring classrooms or in a religious place where the preacher is giving a lengthy speech about faith, or a politician is delivering a prolonged monotonous speech. If yes, and you would like to overcome such situation, here is my project, here is my attempt, connect with audience. Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Since my project objective is to deliver an unfamiliar subject to the audience, I would like to go for HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning engineering, one of the super boring engineering subject. And I'm trying to make it interesting to you all. Let's see how it's going. What is the significance of HVAC? It's all about the comfort of occupants in a building or in an enclosed space. It could be an office, auditorium, villa or apartment, or any building by using different type of HVAC systems. Do you know there is a built-in air conditioning system in our human body, designed by the Almighty God? Our body temperature is supposed to be 36 degrees Celsius. If the body temperature is increasing, then what happens? Our brain will give a command to our body, and body will produce water. We used to call it sweating. This water will evaporate to the air and cool down the body. In physics, this phenomenon is known as change of state from a liquid phase to a vapor phase will absorb heat from surroundings. Let me introduce some more physics terms related to HVAC. There are three modes of heat transfer: conduction, convection, and radiation. And heat always travels from a hot body to a cold body. If we would like to reverse the flow from a cold body to a hot body, then we have to use external force or external mechanism. This is the fundamental of air conditioning and HVAC. We talk about built-in air conditioning system in a human body. We talk about fundamental physics terms related to HVAC. Now it is a time for engineering. The first and foremost thing to estimate the cooling load. There are two major components for estimating the cooling load: external heat and internal heat. External heat is nothing but solar heat. Solar heat will enter to the space through conduction, convection, and radiation. And internal heat is the heat generated by lights, heat generated by equipment, and heat generated by the human body. You add up all this heat and you will get the total heat of the space. Then select an appropriate HVAC system or HVAC equipment to take this heat from the space and throw it outside. We are done with air conditioning and HVAC. Now let's see that in different HVAC systems and equipments, which is commonly available in the market. Let's start with the window unit. We all are familiar with that. Then mini split unit. As the name implies, it has two components, one indoor unit and one outdoor unit. then ducted split system, package unit. This package unit is a good HVAC solution for villas. VRF system. VRF system is an energy efficient system with a multiple indoor unit and one outdoor unit. For a big project, we can go for air-cooled chillers. This air-cooled chiller will produce chilled water and supplying to the air handling unit, and the air handling unit will cool this space. For mega project and district cooling application, we can go for water-cooled chilled water system. It consists of centrifugal chillers and cooling towers. Now, I would like to introduce some of the major projects I have been the part of HVAC design. This project is in Qatar, Pearl Qatar, a man-made island. Burj Al Shaya here in Kuwait. You can see in Sur Street, basically 2 towers connected with a podium. The small tower and the podium is the part of Four Seasons Hotel, and the big tower is Al Shaya offices. Nation Towers. This project is in Abu Dhabi. There are 2 towers, 65 floor height, connected with a podium at the lower level and a sky suite at the 55th level. Now, it is the time to conclude with a takeaway message. As I mentioned, HVAC is a lengthy, boring subject. My challenge was to compress this boring subject to more interesting to the audience. So I have used 3 techniques to make it happen. The first one, make it simple. Instead of using complicated technical terms like psychrometrics, heat transfer, mass transfer, and complicated equations, I like to make it very simple. Second techniques, I was trying to use a real life example. For instance, a built-in air conditioning system in human body. And finally, I was trying to present more pictures. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Having said that, I'm signing off. Thank you. Thank you for, and over to you, Tia Modi.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Justin John. Now we can move to our second speaker, who is none other than Toastmaster Latif Mansoor. So he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Latif, and moreover about the introduction of Toastmaster Latif. So he's the VP Education.
Sir, we have to keep Toastmaster, we have to keep 1 minute silence for the giving the feedback of the speaker.
Okay.
I request everyone to give a private chat for the speaker's feedback on Toastmaster Justin John's chart.
TMOD, 1 minute is up.
All right. Thank you very much. So the second speaker is Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, and His evaluator is Toastmaster Shruti, if I'm pronouncing her correct. I hope so.
Yeah, you're correct.
All right. So about the introduction of Toastmaster Latif. So he's a VPE of Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. He's a travel agent by profession, and he enjoys learning. With regards to theme, I could not receive the entire message because of my internet problem, I guess. So I think we can give this virtual stage to Toastmaster Shruti to explain the project details of Toastmaster Latif. Over to you.
Thank you, TM Modi. A very good evening to all the wonderful Toastmasters and guests, and a special good evening to my target speaker, TM Latif. TM Latif will be presenting his project, Reflect on Your Path. His speech duration will be about 10 to 12 minutes, and the speech topic is Professional Human Being. The purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on his growth during the completion of an entire path, as well as to share some aspect of his growth during the completion of a path. All the best wishes to TM Latif, and over to you, TM Modi.
The virtual stage is yours. Toastmaster Latif, over to you.
Sorry, with a great apology, Toastmasters of the day. Give me 1 second. Toastmasters Latif, I took the impromptu role as per your request. I couldn't see the agenda, but at the told 10 to 12 minutes, so you will see the signal from me: 10 green, yellow 11, and red signal at 12. So after you have, as usual, 30-second grace period. Thank you. I'm sorry for interrupting. Toastmasters of the day. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
The contest season ended. I started my last path of previous pathway, which was engaging humor. And my evaluator said, Latif, you've been very brave. You have shared all your failures. Most of us does not feel comfortable speaking to unknown audience about the failure. But where was the humor? And I was like, why humor? So he said, as per your path, you have to continue everything according towards the path. Even a serious story should have a little humor. This is why we say, know your sense of humor. I thought maybe this reflect was something to give away the audience what I have learned. But she taught me, my evaluator taught me that I have to go with the pathway, what I have selected. Toastmaster of the day, distinguished audience. This happens for me a regular practice. Every Toastmaster year, I complete 2 projects, 2 pathways, one with Karachi Toastmasters Club and the other with Bhavan's Toastmaster Club, my home club. This year, when I started with visionary communication, I gave my icebreaker. And President Condell Reddy, he said, I did not see anything saying about your visionary communication. I felt and got reminded of my last speech. And as I connect, I start making a journal. I start making out the points which I feel should be learning at this visionary communication. While I completed my icebreaker and move on with the evaluation and project as per what the old structure was, research and presentation, I got to know I was talking about my transformation of body. And this is what I presented to in research and presentation, that if I do intermittent fasting, it helps body to take this energy from your fat cells and it reduces your fats. I reduced my weight, I delivered my project, I was happy all then. Then came part 2. Level 2 was all about understanding and communication. It was all about mentoring, which I've honorably given everything what I have learned. Here comes at every level, the level 3, where you have to learn something about your path. And this time it was, I have to make a communication plan, develop a communication plan. And this project I delivered at Inspiring Echo, Toastmasters Club. Over there, I learned that I have to make sure who else I am addressing to. What are the age group? And according to that, I have to develop and make sure to deliver the plan. That very moment, I got to know that there is something which is lacking in front of the audience. And that is, what are they running for? Needs and wants. I discovered that time that youth at that period, that age was from 18 to 25 to 28 years of age, are more needed to what they require to develop their plans. Move forward. I entered level 4 and it was a question and answer session which I attended very clearly, making it focus on what is parental requirements, why parents are needed to focus on their child, not on their EMI, not on their lifestyle, not on their anything else other than the child. At least one member should be available, either father or mother should be available once the child is back from school. We should not leave the child towards the nanny, towards the players downstairs, kids playing, or maybe the house around us. That is what I tried and developed that plan to each and every month. With question and answers, I got to know that there are still many things to search and research about what other parents are thinking. Finally, I land up to level 5. And this level 5, I had to give a vision for future. Ladies and gentlemen, at this very moment, I got to know my speech of international. Kick the idiot. Because don't you all believe in that we all live into those process of not now, but what will happen in 5 years, 10 years? I got inspired with one of the films also, where the hero was all focusing about age 45 and retire. And he was not enjoying the moment he is in. I loved each and every moment of this pathways learning because my mind was already cleared from my evaluators that you have to keep focus on something about vision, how to communicate that vision. Now, here comes the learning part. As I said, these all parts are important, all levels are important. First level, a lesson I learned was when I was in Pakistan. I start learning new things. I start learning about animations. I went to different opportunities, knocked different doors. And I got to know that all those people are busy in their own life and they will not come to help you, to rescue you. If you are in trouble, you have to learn how to swim. You should know how deep the water is. And that all I learned during those 6 months. While having a conversation with one of my colleagues, I got to know that there are 4 important things in life. Firstly, your faith, whatever religion you belong to. Secondly, your love for your family. Third, which is all those important, how you settle your retirement plans. And fourth, after you retire, how your days will continue. So I got to know that you should have a 4th point very important because you've been running all those life from this 9 to 5, from this family running. Now you're retired. Your kids are grown up. I got to know that that fourth place is the Toastmasters International, where I can learn and communicate others. Though I won't be working, so I can help others build their future. I love this fourth point. Second thing, very important, was my international speech topic. Develop a vision. So I develop a vision that I don't have to do something different to be successful. I just have to love and excel on what I am doing. So as soon as I return from my 6 months unpaid leave, I discontinue each and every voluntary service I had. I started learning to say no. I started learning to focus on whatever I have on job, I have to complete it well. While completing this, each and everything, now maybe you all might be feeling the same, you might be connecting those dots. Today, as I stand before you, I call myself a professional human being. Just because today my management has interest in me. They showed that I am someone worth about spending that much time. I gained their confidence, as I know that during those pandemic, they were fighting left, right, center, everyone. I got an opportunity. I got saved. As I stand in front of you, I feel myself so confident that I have developed something different worth sharing with you all. As someone asked me, how you manage such great energy in it? I said, I keep less in my plate. And that person said, I'm not talking about what you're having. And I said, brother, this is how I live. I have left with only 4 or 5 things in life. I have learned how to vision myself, how to focus on my vision. Interesting part, my company enjoys my service, I enjoy their salary. This is all what important is. Now, what I learned in this visionary communication was to trust the process. I learned between you people, 20, 25 people, always supporting, encouraging, but I delivered in somewhere out of the world. I learned and I made them learn that you don't come to focus on what you're going to have for breakfast, lunch, and what are you going to do after your office hours. During your office hours, it is all about earning that extra dollar. I invested myself for those 6 months in Toastmasters, which helped me being, I used to be a human being, but now I call myself, I'm a professional human being. Ladies and gentlemen, my takeaway message for today, if you learn the hard way, you will learn the best in life. As the theme of today is, know your art of loving today. As I said, we should grow as we go through and enjoy the journey. Thank you. Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, for delivering such a amazing, project. I would say the reflect on your path was amazing. So I listened to the entire speech, I would say. So moreover, we have 1 minute of silence. Yes, 1 minute of silence. All right. So now we can move to our third speaker, who is Toastmaster Jiju, and he will be evaluated by DTM Anil Kumar. So about, yes, timer.
I may ask to Timer Latif, would you like to take back the charge?
Yes, I'm on. Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
All right. Thank you. So may I continue? So Toastmaster Jiju's introduction and what he has to say about today's theme. So he's a Toastmaster since 2017 and member of two clubs, that is BTC and BKMTC, and he's a VPPR of BKMTC. About today's theme, so we are living in a world of distractions and procrastination. We easily get affected with it. To keep the life in line, it is important to know the steps to live in the moment. So over to Toastmaster Jiju's evaluator DTM Anil Kumar to explain the project details. Over to him.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening once again, and a special good evening to my test speaker, Toastmaster Jiju Ramkula. Today, Toastmaster Jiju is embarking on a project which is level 1 and project 2B from dynamic leadership path, evaluation and feedback. It is his second speech. Today's speech project, he is going to demonstrate whatever feedback he received from the first speech, he has incorporated in today's speech. So as an evaluator, I am going to see whether he has done it or not. The title of his speech is Switch Your Gap, and it will be timed from 5 to 7 minutes. Switch Your Gap, Toastmaster Jiju Ramankulat. I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster today. All the best to Toastmaster Jiju.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Jiju, the virtual stage is yours. Yes. Toastmaster Jiju, the virtual stage is yours. Over to you.
When I was in a training session recently, the trainer started his normal communication with us, asking, "How are you all?" So we all gave the usual replies. "I am great, I am excellent, I am fine, thank you, I am good," etc., etc. But the melioristic trainer taught us a complete different way. He told us, if someone asks you, "How are you today?" open your arms, open your mind with a great smile and say, "I am happy." He told you may find it difficult, a bit odd, but it will motivate you. It will motivate the person to whom you are talking. Maybe if you get distracted or demotivated by knowing you are happy, let them. Toastmaster of the day, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very happy good evening. Tell me who does not want to be happy in their life? Tell me who does not want to be success in their life? Each and every person in this world want to be happy, want to be successful. No doubt in that. And also people know that the life is too short to be little. They try to achieve the maximum in a short period of time. There are many different paths towards the success. The most important path to the success is be happy. Happiness is the key to success. Happiness got a great role to play in everyday life. Being happy or creating and maintaining happiness help us to stay dynamic, self-motivated. People make money, people make relationships, people buy expensive things. The intention behind all this is to make their own life happy. But how many experience the real happiness through all these realistic achievements? Studies reveal that happiness and effectiveness are linked together. If you are happy, you can perform well in your work. If your kids are happy, they learn faster and better. And if you're happy means you are healthier. But what exactly is happiness and how happiness happens? What makes us happy? Happiness is nothing but a state of mind. There is a strange phenomenon among Olympics medal winners. Athletes who have won a silver medal are generally not as happy as those who won a bronze medal. The difference is athletes don't look at what they have objectively won. Instead they compare their current situation with what they think they could have gotten. Silver medalists are unhappy because they just missed out on gold. Bronze medalists, on the other hand, are happy. They compare themselves with the situation of not getting a medal at all, which makes them happier than the silver medalists. What this shows? This shows that it is important to practice appreciation in your life. But how? Our life goes through two dimensions, from the past till present and from the present to future. And we are always trained to look at the forward gap, the gap between where we are now and where we want to be. Or in other words, we always compare present with the future. The problem is that we tell ourselves that we will be happy only when we reach there. We reach to that target. We tell ourselves that I'll be happy only if I have X amount of money in the bank. I'll be happy only if I get a promotion. I'll be happy only if I buy a big house. If we are focusing the forward gap, the chase will going to never end. Even though we get there, we will always be chasing the next idea on the horizon. And just like the actual horizon, we cannot catch it. It will be always remain ahead of us. But what if we think the other way? What happens if we switch the gap? That is comparing the present with the past. It can create happiness. Just think like this. I was struggling to make a penny in the past. Now at least I have a decent bank balance. I am happy. I was jobless for months. Now I have a small job. I am happy. Or like the Olympics bronze medal winner, he is happy in getting third place. Thinking at reverse gap will definitely bring us happiness. Very simple. We used to say, count your blessings, not your wrinkles. As a conclusion, I'm not saying that we should not have a bigger goals or bigger targets. The only thing that we should never link our happiness with that target, so that we can attain happiness even though we are achieving our goals. Life is a journey, not a destination. So focus on the journey is important than the destination. Have a happy journey. And if I ask you now, how are you all? And what would be your response?
I am happy. I am blessed.
Over to Tia Modi. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we will have a 1 minute silence so that we can submit our feedback to Toastmaster Jiju on direct message.
Suguna, 20th November 21.
We have organized on that date. Should I put that or today's date?
No, it's okay. So if it is, you're going to say something, okay.
Yeah, about the, yeah.
1 minute, so.
All right, thank you very much. Now we have our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Subna, and the evaluator for Toastmaster Subna is DTM Sunil Thomas. And about Toastmaster Subna, she is working as a physical education teacher come coach in Bhavan's Smart Indian School, Kuwait. And moreover, about today's theme, try to embrace the happenings in our life with positive spirit. Let things goes off. At the end of the day, we all just stories. So over to Toastmaster Sogna's evaluator, DTM Sunil Thomas. Is he in the meeting?
Thank you, TMOD. You know that I'm sitting with a T-shirt because I'm going to evaluate a person who is going to talk about fitness. So there is no much better attire than this. So Sugana Ganeshan, she's going to embark on leadership development project level 5 project 2. The objectives are, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice planning, organizing, leading and implementing an event. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share his or her experience planning, organizing, leading and implementing an event. The title is Fitness for All. Title is Fitness for All. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note, the time is 5 to 7 minutes. So let us welcome Sugna Ganeshan to give us what is this all about. Fitness for All. Thank you.
A warm good evening, one and all gathered here. And my special good evening to the guests who have joined us today to witness Bhavan's 244th meeting. Fitness for All. It gives me immense pleasure to present my speech on the title Fitness for All as my completion project level 5. A completely fitness for all. A completely different way of approaching students, parents, grandparents, teachers to be fit. We planned, organized, we executed. I could say proudly, Bhavan Smart Indian School had proudly celebrated Hybrid Sports Meet 2021 in Kuwait. First ever hybrid sports meet in Kuwait. The celebration of innovation. November 2021. It's all about what I've said now. The celebration of innovation. The celebration of innovation just begin with sending of Google form. What is about? What was in the Google form? Before into it. Conducting physical fitness tests, it's never been a task for the PE department at all. But we felt that was a task when this pandemic juncture. Every one of us faced difficulties, obstacles. We weren't exempted. We, the physical education department, weren't exempted too. So that was a task placed before us. Every year at the beginning of the academic session, we used to conduct physical fitness tests. We have the parameters. We will have our children. But at this juncture, we don't have children with us. We need to conduct. We need to assess how it is possible. It was possible. Nothing is impossible. We made it possible. We just sent a Google form where students, teachers, parents able to take part in sports day events. And that was proven in my speech in the previous meetings. Virtual Sports Meet 2021. And when the schools turned into hybrid mode, that's online and offline, again the task. Most of the children come to school and many of the children, they'll be at the home. Collaboration of those students, again, it is task for us. But this time we never failed to. When the schools were turned into hybrid mode, we conducted, we just gone back to the same format, the sending of Google form. This time the students were assessed by the parents, and based on the responses, we conducted preliminary selection. Our technical committee includes, these are the committee members, includes chairman, principal, vice principal, physical education teacher, department heads, coordinators, and student volunteers. Ten breakout rooms. We, the technical committee, included physical education teachers and student volunteers. Assist more than 600 participants. Scrutinize the students as a final participants for the sports day to showcase their talents. There were totally 19 events, 13 for students, 2 for parents, 2 for grandparents, and 2 for teachers. All were participated very enthusiastically. And we have faced so many unforeseen obstacles also. We faced it. Nothing starts with planning. Writing a book starts with planning. What to write, when to write, how to write. Conducting a sports meet, the 2 hybrid sports meet. Don't you think how the planning could have been done? We planned it, we organized it, we executed it. You could see as how the regular sports day, usual sports day will be there, starting with March past, and the torch then oath-taking events. We have done it. And we never disappoint the parents with their children's display also. After a long time, they have seen each other, they collaborated each other, they practiced well, then they showcased also. You could see in this picture. Parents with their children enjoy the drill display as well. We ended with the vote of thanks. Teamwork never fails. We planned it, we organized it, and we executed it. Teamwork never fails. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
All right, thank you very much. Now we will have a 1-minute silence for the feedback. Thank you.
One minute is over.
All right, thank you very much. Now we have our 5th speaker, Toastmaster Mahesh, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Jiju. About Toastmaster Mahesh, so he's about the intro, he says that I'm still trying to be a human. That's all. And about the theme for today, he's saying art of now is being true humanity. Let us show the art of empathy and compassion to the needy. A truer emotions is to help the unknown and be elevated. So I will be calling Toastmasters Mahesh's evaluator, Toastmaster Jiju, to explain the project details. Over to you.
Thank you, TMOD Sahara. Today, Mahesh Iyer DTM is embarking on Pathways Motivational Strategies Level 3, Project 1. Purpose statements. The purpose of this project for the member to cultivate an understanding of how his or her emotions impact relationships. It is also designed to help the member identify how others' emotion impact his or her emotional state. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her experience, journaling emotions, or being aware of emotions when interacting with others. Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. The speech title is Emotional Intelligence. Emotional Intelligence, Mahesh Iyer DTM. Over to Mahesh Iyer DTM. Over to TMOD actually.
So the virtual stage is yours, Toastmaster DTM Mahesh.
Please take care of yourself. Be in a queue, because queue is meant for giving facilitation to all the people who are there in a queue. Good evening, all the Toastmasters. How many of you maintain a queue whenever there is more rush? You are supposed to maintain a queue, right? Please don't change the queue. That queue we are all aware of. But how many of you are aware of IQ? Intelligent quotient, right? How many of you are aware of EQ? Emotional quotient. And how many of you are aware of SQ? What is SQ? Social quotient, the way we have, how we are socializing, how many friends we have. That is that much difficult, but how many of you know about AQ? AQ, what is it? Kudos to Corona to make this AQ more intelligent and more prominent. You know what is AQ? It is adversity development quotient. Adversity facing quotient. In total, it is called as adversity quotient. Means how we manage ourselves during the adverse conditions. That's why I told kudos to Corona. We all are human beings, and the Corona came into existence to teach us what is the real meaning of a human. That is what is called as AQ. Ladies and gentlemen, all this Q are there in your heart. But today, we are going to say another word, a very prominent word nowadays. That is nothing but intelligent quotient. Intelligent quotient is only a skill to understand about yourself, at the same time to understand about others. Intelligent quotient. These are two types, two stages are there. Intrinsic intelligence means, the intrinsic means within yourself. We all have a force working within ourselves. That intelligence is called as intrinsic intelligent quotient, which we don't have any other impact or influence within ourselves. The second stages or second type is extrinsic intelligence. Means we are influenced by somebody else. We always get a complaint, sir, I have done so much of good work. Why you are not appreciating us? Means we are expecting others to appreciate us for each and every task of ours. Why you are not appreciating us? Why you are not wishing us? Why you are not even giving increment? All these things are something connected to the person who are outside of us. let me ask you, my dear Toastmasters, the human beings, how many of you have a valid self-talk time? How many of you talk to yourself? Be frank. How many of you really talk to yourself? You are the best judge, and you are the best inspiration, and you are the best motivator who will remain till your last breath. The outside motivators are there. Today or tomorrow, they may change. They may even motivate you or inspire you if they have a positive vibe and positive mood. If not, they will be serious watching you because you might have hurt them. So don't rely upon any kind of external motivations. Always have that inspiration with you. And I am the example of that because I never expect anything from anybody. Anything from anybody. We have few leaders like that. If you be like that, you will always be very happy. You are the king of your own regime, a self-regime. And this project also is for that only. How far we can motivate ourselves. How can have our empathy. How can we have a compassion towards others? How can we support others? How can you pat on your back, say that, yay, you have done something great today. Just providing water to the birds which are visiting every day on your window. It's a kind of art. It's an art of now. It is meliorism and definitely an act of kindness. If we appreciate others and support others by guiding them to fish, not providing a fish to them, but to guide them to fish, that itself is an intrinsic way of emotional intelligence. Ladies and gentlemen, talk to the mirror and say that, today you have done something great. That is called as meliorism. That is called as emotional intelligence within you. Don't rely upon anything on anybody. They may be there with you now, but tomorrow they may not be with you. Don't get frustrated. Do your duties without expecting anything in return. The same thing I personally are doing. I am here to support everybody, mentor, teaching, be a guru, motivate others so that you can motivate yourself. Please and please don't expect any kind of these cues from others. Rather than always try to give to others. Try to have that open-mindedness and you can become a successful leader. Rather than that, you can become a peaceful and ever-smiling leader. Thank you very much for lending your ears. Smile yourself. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster DT and Mahesh. And now we can have a break. And we are on time with the agenda. That's wonderful, actually. That's a great job from all of you. So we can have a few minutes.
One minute.
One minute.
Everyone, please share your feedbacks to Distinguished Toastmaster Mahesh. One minute is over.
Yes. So for today, our general evaluator is Toastmaster Mahesh. So I would want to give this charge to Toastmaster Mahesh. Over to you, sir.
Are you not going for the voting?
The general evaluator.
Voting is there.
Yes, and
Right.
you have to do the voting. And
Yes.
to whom we have to send our votes?
Yes, I will make the
Okay, all right.
launch the bots. Poll. So the best speaker. Today we have five speakers.
I see.
So before that, just confirm me the timing. All are qualified according to the timing.
Yes, all are qualified. Toastmaster Justin has spoken for 7 minutes 14 seconds. Toastmaster Latif for 11 minutes 39 seconds. Toastmaster Jiju for 6 minutes 48 seconds. Toastmaster Suguna for 5 minutes 46 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Mahesh has spoken for 7 minutes 15 seconds. So all are qualified.
Thank you, timer, for the detailed explanation for the qualification of the timing. So this is the launching for voting for best speaker. I hope everybody can see.
President, sorry for your
81%.
interruption. President, sorry
Yeah.
for interruption. I can see in the poll you have the multiple choice, right?
No, it's a
Because when I click the two speaker, it is selecting the two. So I thinking there is multiple choice. But we have to select one only, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next time you can modify your poll.
Vote can go to everybody, man. Everybody has done very well.
Vote to everyone.
You should do that, no? All are vibrant. Yeah, vibrancy is there.
It was
Definitely.
difficult to choose which one is the good one. So I click all. So there is coming all selection. So it is the multiple choice, I think, poll.
I wish I could have known this
I
before.
got my clear results. So thank you for everyone for choosing. Thank you.
Right.
So over to our dynamic distinguished Toastmasters, Mahesh Iyer.
Thank you very much once again. Meliorism, that take you to different heights. Let us see our role players one by one. As the first speaker spoke to us about HVAC, the dynamic Justin Charles. It was evaluated by our very humble president of the club, Condell Reddy, on the floor for the proper evaluation of Justin John.
Thank you, General Evaluator. How many of you feel that today we are in Toastmaster meeting or a technical seminar? Yes, I feel that it's a technical seminar today. A boring subject. It is simple ways explained to all of us. I'm a technical guy, but many of us, non-technical people, can easily understand the way how it has been used, the technology as HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Today, our speaker, Toastmaster Justin John, is said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Yes, really, he proven is that in his presentation, is shown that how a boring subject to be interesting to all of us. And he's taken that significance of HVAC built in human body under three modes: convection, convection, and radiation. So this is the basic formulas where the HVAC has invented and the air conditioning has invented. So we are in this part of the world enjoying that technology. So with this, EVA's app is subject-wise and is all our audience is put it their eye to see what this is going to explain to us. So that way, he connected to unfamiliar audience today. He fulfilled his objectives. And he's explained that 3 simple way how the HVAC works. Make it simple, connect with your real life. So this is very interested to given to us. Toastmaster Justin John, we are all, I know about your subject, but many of our audience may not be known when it was invented, how it has been invented. So if you explain into that the advantages of air conditioning, some of disadvantages of air conditioning, in the meantime, how we have enjoy in the nature. So if this could have to related to this, your connect of your subject could have be, everybody will enjoy with that. Overall, you apt your subject, which your professional subject you delivered today, all of us, how the system will work, and you presented well, and you delivered as well. And we all learn about the basic air conditioning, which is a lengthier subject in 7 minutes. Thank you. Thank you for your knowledge sharing. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you very much for the crisp and very effective evaluation. What is the meaning of HUMAN?
HVAC.
HUMAN.
Human?
Human, right? And what is it? What is how we pronounce HUMANE?
Humane.
It is humane. Okay. But today we learned something about professional humanism. Wow. Let us listen to the evaluator of the second speaker, TM Latin Mansoor Ali. The evaluator will be TM Shruti Sajeev in her own style to evaluate you. Madam, stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Again, a very good evening to all the dear Toastmasters, and a special good evening to my target speaker, TM Latif. First and foremost, I am very much honored to be your evaluator, a person who has completed his path. You have given so many lessons and methods on how we, or on a personal level, I can improve or present my projects in a better manner. So coming to the evaluation, first and foremost, your timing was very perfect. Your speech length was 11.39 minutes. And a very special congrats on your level path completion. The body language is perfect. Your joy, the satisfaction of your achievement was clearly visible in it. You presented it with confidence. The speech was perfect. But at only some portions, maybe a little bit nervousness was there. But I think overall it was very perfect and confident. In regards to the vocal quality, the speech speed was constant and the volume was clearly audible throughout. The audience were clearly engaged and your eye contact was also clearly maintained. The gestures were not used in excess and it was only used at places where it was required. You were totally comfortable with the audience. The content was very rich as well as it is well constructed because it is about your personal journey, about how you learned to become a better person in your professional and personal life. As you took us through your achievements and lessons, you also mentioned at the points where you had to take care to make yourself better. I think if you had included some quotes in between, it would have been definitely icing on the cake. And all your journey, all your accomplishments was clearly conveyed, how you were able to execute it and how you took the effort to do it. It was clearly understood. And the takeaway message, trust the process, is really valuable. And I hope everyone will be able to carry it in their lives also. Thank you, TM Modi, General Evaluator, TM Latif. And over to you, General Evaluator.
One improvement you have to say.
One improvement.
Use the podium properly.
Yeah, you can use the podium properly. Thank you.
Wow, what a systematic way of evaluation there, Shruti madam. That also what expected from the Toastmaster International. Very systematically done. Thank you very much. We all have heard of generation gap, right? And we have heard of plug your gap or pin your gap. But what is the switch your gap? The next speaker took our minds away to see what is the switch your gap, what gap it is. Let us hear from his evaluator, the ever green hero of BTC, DTM Anil Kumar Revankar, on the stage for you.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Mahesh Iyer, for that wonderful introduction. Today we witnessed Art of Now, a showcase by a speaker who believes in meliorism. Congratulations to Toastmaster Jiju for delivering such a wonderful speech, very relevant and apt to each and every one who was present for this meeting. Your speech title was the magnet that kept me glued to the spot to listen to what you had to say today. I loved your opening of the speech with a rhetorical question. Who does not want to be happy? Who does not want to be successful? Wow. These two rhetorical questions grabbed our attention to listen and to understand what this gentleman wants to convey today. You used the podium to the best of your advantage, and your pauses were extraordinary. I could feel that pauses at the right spots, the very spot where they should be landed. You have achieved that in today's speech. The best thing which I liked about your speech, what is that? Was a conclusion. Switch your gap. This is really what I wanted to listen to you, how you are going to conclude such a wonderful speech. Because as an evaluator, that is one of my target area. I can say or admit it is my weakness to know how the speech is concluded. And you have done it beautifully. What was your message? Switch your gap. Not from present to future, but present to past. So you have asked the audience to be happy. And only if you're happy, you can be successful. That was the beautiful message you conveyed today, using all the anecdotes and very pertaining anecdotes using sports personality. You quoted a number of personal anecdotes to emphasize the points you wanted to the audience to listen to. Overall, it was a wonderful speech delivered with the right pauses, beautiful anecdotes, with a great opening. The only area which I personally feel you could improve upon was that call of action. If you can emphasize on that. I'm not saying the conclusion was not good. The conclusion was perfect, but emphasized by using the vocal variety. That would have made a big difference. So I would like to wish you all the best for your future projects. And thank you for giving us this topic today. Be happy. Yes. I would like to hand over the stage back to the General Evaluator, DTM Mahesh Iyer.
Thank you, DTM. What a way of being a typical guru to the disciple. Thank you very much. As usual, DTM Anil Kumarji. Are you all fit mentally, physically, spiritually? And by all means, don't give any excuse, because the next speaker told us something about how to be fit. Fitness for all, which will be evaluated by a person in green today, with having a green smile on the face. DTM Sunil Thomas on the stage for a greenery evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Even you are wearing green. Thank you for that. The art of now. Let us see what is going to happen. Let me tell you, teaching someone to be fit is the need of the hour. And the person who gave the speech did the same thing. That project she gave us very detailed project details, how to plan, organize, and lead and implement a project. Let's congratulate Sugna for completing her project with colors. Let me go deep into the project. She explained how they managed to conduct a sports event online or hybrid. So that event she could explain to the extent she could with the slides, and it is happened in November 2021, and she explained how she conducted as a PE teacher to that school. So let me see how good she did. The presentation was very good. She had sound modulation, hand gestures were very good, and she improved her vocabulary and pronunciation. So kudos to Suguna for improving your speech in that. Now, what are the things I find which could have been improved? She could have used the time up to 7 minutes, because I found she finished by 5 minutes 45 plus. Means she left almost, she could have used 1+ minute to jam up her presentation. So that should be utilized. You could have used the podium a little more better. You could have moved around, could have used the podium better. One more thing I noticed is you lost a lot of time to switch your presentation. You could have used a clicker, because when you go to the computer to switch your presentation, that was distracting a little bit. The other thing I noticed was you could have added some slides showing the act, because we were expecting that you will show something on the screen which the children did or the parents did at home, which is a hybrid sport event. You've shown something from the live or the old slides, but what happened during this time was not that much visible. That could have added, which it would have been improved the speech to the higher level. Overall, your speech was, your project was successful with all these ingredients. If you look into the things I said, use the time properly, use a clicker, use the podium better, you will be going to the much higher level next time. Thank you, and back to General Evaluator.
Wow, what a greenery evaluation and evaluation. Evaluation green always gives a green smile to everybody. Thank you very much. The green personality for today. Even I also wear green because today is a green day. Please wait. You are in a queue. IQ, SQ, PQ, AQ. Then we learned something about new also, that is EI. Let us see something more about this for the last speaker's evaluation. I'm very happy to invite TM Jiju Ramankulat on the podium for a very elaborative and educative evaluation of the last speaker of the day, DTM Mahesh Iyer. So, podium is yours.
Good evening again. Thank you, General Evaluator. If you ask me what I expect from a speech, from any speech, and it should be entertain me, it should enhance my knowledge, and it should give me a take-home message. And this conducts exactly matches with the speech that I heard from Mahesh Iyer DTM today. Thank you for the excellent speech and congratulations to you.
Thanks a lot, sir. It means a lot.
And let me tell you how it was entertaining to me. And as always, the pleasant approach of the speaker, that itself takes us to a different level, to an enjoyable mode. And DTM Mahesh Iyer started with the speech with the Qs, IQ, EQ, SQ, and AQ, with not just to entertain the audience, but you pumped the knowledge to different quotient through that. And how your speech enhanced my knowledge, let me tell you. And you explain that how can we find our emotional intelligence by promoting ourselves.
Is it happening to me only, or the technological glitch is there?
True. You mentioned that the mirror story. How we can find out the emotional intelligence, through which you're able to enhance the knowledge of the audience. And now, last but not least, and what was the take-home message? And what is self-motivation, and what is the importance of self-motivation? And I learned that do not wait for the extrinsic motivation. Be motivated yourself, the instinct one, the motivation, which is the lasting one. And that was a take-home message for me. And if you see any speech, like we'll have some improvement areas. And understanding emotional intelligence is a vast subject. 7 minutes is not enough to have a great conclusion. The only point that I believe that I missed, that the purpose statement says that aspect of his or her experience journaling emotion or being aware of emotion when interacting with others. So this part, I believe it was missing. So otherwise, it was a great speech, and it was a great piece that I always like to listen. And all the best to you for your future speeches. Thank you, and over to GE.
Thank you very much, sir. Just for our others' awareness, before the speech, I had supposed to submit the speech completion form to the VP. So actually, it's mentioned everywhere what is my personal experience. And in between, I just poked on that also, because to give food, which I'm doing every day here, the birds which are visiting to us. That is one of the emotional intelligence, because this is the analysis of 2 weeks, which I have already forwarded to the VP. VP, can you just share it or speak to that? It will be helpful for others. That is why. Nothing more.
I will share it on the group if you wish all. But for my understanding and as per my experiences with all the other evaluations I have done, yes, you have to maintain the journal for 2 weeks, but then you have to explain those experiences also in that speech. This is what our evaluator is suggesting.
All right,
That's
fine.
it. Yeah.
Fine,
But I received it.
Thank you very much. Next is, let us hear from the grammarian. What is the report from the grammarian?
Thank you, General Evaluator. As we all know, the word for the day was meliorism, and the meaning, as stated before, it is a belief that the world can be made better by human effort. So, as the number of the participants are less today, the word usage was also comparatively very low, and I'm very much happy that DTM Mahesh Iyer used it a couple of times in the sentences. I hope everyone will be able to use or understand this concept in the further conversations. Grammarian report, in other sense, I think all the speeches was okay, like it was nothing much trouble was there. The conversations, the speeches and the usage were also great. It was fine. In regards to the pronunciation master report, only some places, some people stress on the words where the pronunciation for R is coming, like R, the pronunciation is or sometimes stressed too much over there. Other than that, I think I didn't have much things to note. And thank you, General Evaluator.
Wow, great going. Toastmasters are made, prove themselves that they can also have better and grammatically right English. Let us hear from the timer report.
Thank you, General Evaluator.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Condal Reddy has given evaluation for 3 minutes 18 seconds. Toastmaster Shruti for 2 minutes 50 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar has given for 3 minutes 24 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Sunil Thomas has given for 3 minutes 19 seconds. And Toastmaster Jiju has given for 3 minutes 19 seconds. Grammarian Shruti has spoken for 1 minute 12 seconds. So I think we are so well versed. She could not find any error. Decision is yours to add or to disqualify.
I think as per the rule, minimum 1 minute they are supposed to talk, right? Minimum
1.5.
1.5. So decision is open to the forum.
It's already poll is created, so we have, and she's having a couple of roles. So one of the roles you can definitely you can have it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let us go for the voting.
Poll is going to come. Please choose the best evaluator.
Yeah. Best evaluator along with the grammarian.
Yes.
This time I tried to take more than one, but it's not allowing.
That is only allowed for to DK.
No, he stopped it.
That was special privilege given to TK.
Now it's only one option.
Timer.
DKP.
Time over.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I got my clear results.
Thank you very much for voting. Let us listen from the R counter. Let us listen the R counter today. The report by the R counter.
There is no name for the R counter?
No, you have to find out who is the R counter. It is already labeled. I want you, because next Hark Master is going to ask the same question.
General Evaluator should invite the person with name.
The R count, let us all invite and be pleasured and be glad to have a huge applause for this R counter who is entitled for today. He is none other than the DTM Anil Kumar Ravenkar.
Thank you, General Evaluator, GTM Toastmaster Mahesh Iyer, for that innovative introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we all joined Toastmasters for one reason. And that reason is to enhance, to hone our communication and leadership skills. Our counter is one role which supports the members to improve on the communication by highlighting the filler words, the repeated words, the crunch words that are usually used by the speakers during the speech. Now, this happens usually in the first 6 months when the members are new. But today, British is fortunate enough to have all the speakers who have already been seasoned for more than 6 months. So that makes the task of our counter a very, very difficult one. On top of the day, if the R counter is lenient, not to mention any names, with 2 or less than 2 R's or ums or repeated words, that's a bonus point. Yeah. We had only one speaker today who had repeated words, you know, so, and are. And there is no guesses, it's very simple. That person is quite new in BTC. So it will take some time for this person to adopt to the system of how to control R's. But I would not like to keep that person waiting for 6 months to learn how to do it. So here are my 3 tips. Number 1, speak slowly so that you don't have an opportunity to fill the gap. Slowly and steady wins the race. Number 2, do reading, but not in the mind, do a loud reading. That will put you into practice how to conquer that language. Even if you step a wrong stone, you will understand how to balance yourself. Third, do listen to the speakers, your fellow Toastmasters. How are they managing it? These are the 3 tips which I would like to give you. And I am definitely sure and confident that in next 6 months, we will also see this member improve drastically in terms of repeated words and R's. With this, I would like to conclude my report as an R counter, wishing you all the best for your future meetings with greater reports of similar nature as of today. I would like to hand over the stage back to the General Evaluator, Toastmaster DTM, Maishaya.
I would like to ask you one thing. Nobody used R? Wow, great, kudos. Ladies and gentlemen, lend me your ears. Whose words it is? Whose words are they? Ladies and gentlemen, lend me your ears. Let us have more experience about this kind of a question from our Hark Master, TM Susan, on the podium with the overcoat saying that I am the master of the day today.
Please, everyone, open your cameras.
Good evening to all of you. All of you ready?
No, that is why they have not
Give us
replied.
simple questions.
Very
No
simple
more questions.
question. 5 questions.
Yeah.
Happiness is the key to success. Who said?
Jiju.
Yes.
We are all smart students, obedient students.
Who spoke about melodious words?
DTM Anil.
GT Anil Kumar.
Who can tell what is SQ and AQ?
Toastmaster DTM Mahesh.
Mahesh Iyer.
What is it?
What is it?
What is SQ and AQ?
Yeah, DTM.
SQ, social question.
Yeah.
AQ.
SQ is social question. Yes.
Yeah.
AQ is
Quotient.
Adversity quotient.
Wow.
Analytical quotient.
See how smart this teacher is.
Oh.
Who was called to give a greenery evaluation?
Mr. Mahesh
DTM
Iyer.
Sunil.
Who
Mr.
has been
Mahesh Iyer
called?
Who
told.
was called to give
Mr.
a
Mahesh Iyer, DTM
Who has
Mahesh Iyer.
wearing
It's
a
Sunil
green shirt?
Thomas.
Sunil
DTM Sunil
Thomas.
Thomas.
Oh,
What was the strange phenomenon Jiju or Ramankulat explained about switch
Happiness.
the gap? Yeah, there was a strange phenomenon he told.
You have to look forward. You don't have to look forward from where you have come.
He gave a example, specific, very nice example.
I am happy, I am blessed.
About sportsmen.
Medal. Who wins the third medal and
Who wins the silver medalist? Yeah. The silver medal,
Olympics.
about the silver medalist and the bronze medalist. The silver medalist is never happier than the bronze medalist. You have been very brave, and you should have and you have shared all your failures.
Toastmaster Latif.
What were the 3 takeaway notes mentioned by TM Justin?
Make it simple.
Be happy. Focus.
Pictorious. Pictures are,
Earlier, personal
pictures
stuff.
gives a lot of words.
Real stories.
Pictures are louder than words, yeah.
Louder than words.
What was the event theme of TM Suguna?
Fitness for all.
Fitness for all.
And
There
Hybrid.
was a theme she was always mentioning.
was,
The celebration of innovation. What was the takeaway message from Jiju Ramankulat?
live in the moment?
It was mentioned by DTM Anilji also.
Fill the gaps.
Switch the gap. Switch your gap. Thank you, all of you. You're all great listeners. And I had to listen also very carefully. Thanks a lot. And thank you for being active participants.
Thanks a lot for being a strict teacher. We always have this kind of teachers who always give a recap of the syllabus which is covered. Thank you very much. Now it is my report as a general evaluator. What an arena of speeches today we had. Our ears and eyes all were having food for thought. What to see, what not to see, what to hear and what not to hear. And there are so many good usages also. Definitely, we have to have a kudos and applause to all the role players and speakers of today's session. Whoever is missed out, they are the losers. And generally, the report says that it started with on time, and we have followed everything as per the agenda. Wherever there's a change, as per the expectation of TMI, we had implemented that. Kudos to you, all the team members. And the food for thought is that, are we all real human beings? Or are we all masking ourselves to be a human being? It just depends upon you. Why can't you mask to unmask? That is what the theme of the day says. The art of now is that mask to unmask. Take out the mask. Why you want to pretend what you are not? Whom you want to convince? Why can't you convince yourself? Because try to be ameliorate. You can become everlasting leader till your last drop of happiness. Thank you very much for lending your ears keenly, for tolerating me. God bless you all. Back to the queue, Tia Mori.
Thank you very much, DTM Mahesh. Now I will give this charge to President, the presiding officer of Bhavan's Toastmasters Club, over to him.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Before I will talk about the meeting, so let me have the best role players to select the best role player. Today, the role players are Toastmaster of the Day, General Evaluator, Timer, Accounter, and Hackmaster. So poll is launched. Please choose one of the best role player or who professionally manage the meeting and who improve the quality of the meeting. %70 has been noted, 90%. I got my results. Thank you. The poll is end. Wow, what a seamless meeting with unglitching. 244 Bhavan's Toastmaster meeting successfully end with this as 5 speakers and 5 evaluators. Thank you. Thank you very much for each and everyone who took the roles and who presented for their projects. I want to happy that I seen in a division contest, division E contest, most of the Bhavanites took their roles, and one of the best quality contest has been witnessed me as well as district trios. I want to congratulate each and everyone who took the part in that, and even our contestants. They did wonderful. They win the prizes, trophies or not, but definitely they are win the heart of audience. This I can say proudly that. So kudos to everyone who took the part time and they made a success of district E, division E contest. And the event also is organized very well, and all the role players did, even Bhavanites are there. Even Bhavanites are there in every area contest or division contest. So one of the other, they are taking the part and giving their best. Even I want to congratulate for Toastmaster Suguna Ganeshan. She took one of the test speaker of. I witnessed that best she did, the best delivery, and I want to congratulate once again to her in front of all of you. So she did very well job. Thank you for that. So before to announcing the awards, I want to listen for our area director, one of area 19 director, to how you feel today's our meeting. So can you share a few words about the meeting and Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar Pal?
Thank you, President and fellow Toastmasters. Good evening to one and all. Really, it is my pleasure, and how I feel about the meeting. Personally, I sent the message during the meeting going on. I was supposed to, because just I came from office and immediate, it is usual habit the people to see the cell phone. When I noticed link was there in the official Toastmaster, I leave it all the aside. Immediate I open my laptop and I join the meeting. Bhavan's club is a really unique club. I will not ask to you member because you are the member of that club. Why unique? But one thing which there are many things as unique for you. But one thing which I noted, taking the role multiple, which usually I didn't see in other club. People are very reluctant. Oh, I am the speaker. I cannot take other evaluator role. Or I am the timer. How I can be a counter? This thing at this time, I can say it is very big achievement, or we can say very big quality of you Toastmasters. This is the things, and especially I was leaving between the meeting to go to some my take shower, but when I see the speaker Toastmaster Sugna, very, I can say the good improvement in that. So I want to see her presentation. already I given my evaluation to her personally. I don't want to disclose here because evaluator is already evaluated her speech. Something to maintain the quality, take it as a improvement because everybody areas of improvement and mistakes never ends. I cannot say any mistake, errors. Don't take anything granted. We are all the seasoned Toastmasters, which thing I witnessed except the one DTM Anil, we were taking granted as my role. Please go through the script. There will be a flow of the quality meeting. What is the script for that your role? Accept him because he is the very seasoned Toastmaster. I memorize his script, I know. So, but who are, everybody cannot memorize, even myself cannot. I always use the script written. So use the script written. When continuously you will using the script, you automatically will be memorized and it will give the good impression. Suppose we are here only. If any guest internationally or outsider joining, they will take one impression of us. So this is one important advice. Use the script. If anyone don't have the crispy script, contact to me. I will. Another inform to all your speakers, presenters. I don't think since we are the senior Toastmasters coming, even sometime I too. I prepared the speech. I know now most of not get contacted to her as his evaluator to show the speech because we take it granted. We are 3 year, 10 year now in the Toastmasters. Toastmasters Sugna, as already DTM Sunil mentioned, his time is running over or you can conclude your speech. I can continue after. Okay. As already DTM Sunil explained, she had to use the remote to switch the slide. Otherwise, this project not was compulsory to deliver in standing position. She can deliver on the chair because it was not the speech. It was just something other project delivery, not the speech. So these things, and they, you all also take the note. Whenever using the presentation, use the PowerPoint now as your background. You will be able to see the slide. You will be able to see all the contestants. Control will be very easy for you. If anyone don't know this trick, contact me personally later anytime.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback and
Thank
your
you. I
specific points.
rest I will give
to
you
be
in the written to send to the president. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Area Director Dinesh Kumar Paul for your valuable. Definitely will improve and we'll take the points into notes and we can improve that. It's a good point. Before that, I will invite our VP Education to have any announcements for the educational awards.
Yes, a proud moment. We have level 5 completion for Toastmaster Suguna today.
Oh,
she
great.
completed her level 5. Yes. So moving out and looking more from our new buddies, actually Toastmaster Vinod, Toastmaster, I forgot his name, Rajesh or Ramesh, Toastmaster Ramesh. And yes, so there are few Toastmasters which I really want to push them and come. So we're looking forward for it. We are looking for a physical meetings soon. I feel Kuwait is wide open now. And lastly, we have to make one farewell for immediate past president, Toastmaster Sunil. Thank you very much. Santosh, Toastmaster Santosh. Thank you.
So just planning for that, and in the meantime, distinguished Toastmaster Mahesh ji, we can have that physical meetings, I think, and one meeting in physical, one meeting hybrid, like that we can try. Toastmaster Mahesh ji.
We will ask separately. Maybe he's busy for the other.
So, and with these things, and thank you for Toastmaster Latif for this announcement. And this I will now end with the today's stars of the day. Stars of the meeting. So the best speaker goes to, congratulations, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, for giving a wonderful professional human being. So the best evaluator is going to guesses, Toastmaster or a distinguished Toastmaster. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar Ji Revankar. Congratulations to Anil Ji.
President,
Best role
slide did
player.
not change. Slide did not change.
Our dynamic
President, slide did
poet.
not change.
BS Audiology.
I think he's not hearing.
Yes. Yeah.
President. Okay.
Yes. Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim. Congratulations. A wonderful job you did.
Thank you so much.
With this, today's stars of the day. So now we have another few minutes to, according to the agenda of the meeting. So let's have some feedbacks about today's meeting. And we will go to Toastmaster Justin John. Can I have your feedbacks today's meeting? Is that around? Toastmaster Justin?
Susan is there, but I don't think Justin.
Yes, either Susan or Justin. Together they can give.
Justin is speaking, wait.
Yes, boss. How are you?
Yeah, fine. How are you? Good evening. Good evening.
How do you
all.
enjoy your today's meeting? How you feel?
Yeah, it was wonderful, nice meeting. Enjoyed maybe after a short break, I joined. It was good, and the subject was different type of subject. We learned so many things, engineering and psychology and so many things. So this is the advantage of this meeting, and we learned a lot and got some good feedback from all the evaluators, and it was nice. Thank you.